So again, my name is Ben Aguilar, and I am the president of the San Diego La Raza Lawyers Scholarship Foundation, the charitable arm of the San Diego La Raza Lawyers Association. Earlier this month, we awarded $40,000 in bar stipends to 24 deserving graduating law students from 7 different law schools, including Cal Western, Thomas Jefferson, USD, Golden Gate, Stanford, UCI, and the University of Oregon. Many of our stipend recipients are participating in this call today. Also joining us today are many of the generous donors. We want to thank you for your financial contributions during these difficult and uncertain times. We have over 62 participants today, including many members of the San Diego La Raza Lawyers Association, board members, law school faculty and staff, and some of our favorite San Diego Superior Court judges, including Judge Rachel Cano, Judge Marcelo McLaughlin, Judge Yvonne Campos, and our 2 commencement speakers, Judges Patricia Garcia and Judge Olga Alvarez. With that, I will turn this over to the president of the San Diego La Raza Lawyers Association, Rafael Hurtado.
Thank you, Ben. I think we may have some parents in here. Estimados graduados, parientes y amigos de parte de la barra de abogados, San Diego La Raza Lawyers Association, les doy la bienvenida y los felicito por este logro monumental. To our fellow lawyers, judicial officers, and La Raza community partners, thank you for celebrating and supporting the future of the Latino bar. San Diego La Raza was founded in 1979 by a handful of Latino attorneys who understood that in order to succeed as legal professionals, it was necessary to create and foster a community that supported each other. That is in harmony with who we are as Latinos. Today, we celebrate that community effort. A los padres, abuelos, y los que criaron a los graduados, gracias por su increíble sacrificio, su fortaleza y su valentía en la perseverancia a través de retos inmensos no son solo fuentes de inspiración, sino también recordatorios importantes para los graduados de la fortaleza y valentía que existen en cada uno de ellos. Esos recordatorios les ayudarán a superar retos que confrontarán al alcanzar nuevas alturas. To the siblings, friends, and family members, thank you for being loyal companions, confidants, and sources of joy and fun for the graduates. The graduates are embarking on an often difficult and serious journey, and your continued sharing of joy and friendship will be more important than ever before. Graduates, thank you for your relentless sense of determination, for taking a risk, and for exploring a path that may be new for many of you and your family. Now is the time to begin taking your first steps as legal professionals. Now is the time to build a strong foundation that will help you not only survive, but to thrive. Now is the time to be an advocate for our comunidad. In this, you are not alone. In La Raza Lawyers, you have a champion, a network of mentors, and new friends to help you bring joy. La Raza has full confidence in each and every one of you. Continue to have confidence in yourself, and we will all prosper because of it. Thank you all, and now we'll hear from the Honorable Judge Patricia Garcia. Judge Garcia has served as a judicial officer since February 18, 2000. First, as a Superior Court Commissioner, and since July 23, 2003, as a Superior Court Judge. Before her appointment, Judge Garcia was a lawyer in private practice for over 10 years. She was head of the Family Law Department at Seltzer, Kaplan, McMahon, Vitek. During her years of practice, Judge Garcia earned Martindale-Hubbell's AV Lawyer rating. Over the years, Judge Garcia has participated in many civic bar activities and has been a member of several organizations and boards, including San Diego MANA, the National Conference for Community and Justice, the Lawyers Club of San Diego, the San Diego La Raza Lawyers Association, Latinas in the Law, the California Women Lawyers, the National Association of Women Judges, the California Judges Association, and the San Diego County Judges Association, of which she is a past president. Before earning her law degree from the University of San Diego in 1989, Judge Garcia completed her undergraduate work in psychology at the University of California, San Diego, spending a year at the Universidad Complutense de Madrid in Spain. Welcome, Judge Garcia. Judge Garcia, I think you may be on mute, so you'll want to unmute yourself.
Okay, you're right. I was on mute. I thought that was something you were going to handle. Anyway, thank you, Rafael, and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome, law school graduates from law schools in San Diego, Irvine, Stanford, and Oregon. Bienvenidos, padres, amistades y familia de los graduados. Welcome to my esteemed colleagues, faculty and staff, and all other guests. It's a pleasure to be here to congratulate and honor this year's class, the class of 2020. I also want to take the time to acknowledge La Raza Lawyers Foundation and Association for your hard work and unwavering commitment to our students by hosting programs like this and raising monies for stipends and scholarships. So here we are, and who would have thought just 3 months ago that we would be in this predicament, in a state of emergency, sheltered in place, headed with our economy headed for a recession. No doubt these are uncertain and unsettling times with a lot of questions, few answers, and no playbook for how to handle this crisis. We could look back 100 years to the pandemic flu of 1918, but so much has changed in our society that I doubt many of those lessons would be applicable today. I myself don't know how things are going to play out, but I do know this. I know that how you respond to this crisis will set your course for better or worse. And so this is what I want to talk to you about today. I want to give you the benefit of my experience. Nowhere was this concept of how you respond more important and evident than in the divorce work I did as a family law lawyer. Over the course of my career, I came to see that the divorce was a crisis, often sudden and unexpected, and it generally rocked the parties' worlds in many ways, financially, emotionally, mentally. I also noticed that people tended to respond in 3 general ways. And I know I'm oversimplifying a bit, that human behavior and response is much more varied and nuanced, but I'm going to keep it simple for purposes of illustration. So one of those groups tended to respond poorly, and they ended up being in a much worse position in all ways, emotionally, mentally, financially, unable to pick up the pieces after the divorce. They were generally in denial, bitter, or angry about the unwanted divorce. And because they had dragged their feet, they usually depleted all of their financial resources or went into debt. Another group, which I call the neutral group, they were neutral in their response because they generally maintained the status quo. They were no better or worse off than before the divorce. They may not have initiated it, but they weren't refusing to participate. They were resigned to the fact that the relationship was over, and they made the best of it and moved on. And then we had a third group, and this is the group that did really well, and they used the divorce as a springboard for bigger and better things. So they ended up being in a better position mentally, emotionally, and financially. I like to say that they used the divorce as a catalyst for positive change. The framework, once gone, now lend itself to open endless possibilities. And so this group had a really good attitude about their future, and they were highly motivated to explore all the possibilities and to take action. So my question to you is, in this time of crisis, what is going to be your response? I encourage you and challenge you to use this time as a springboard for positive change. Things are not going to be like they were before. So that plan that you had going into law school or that you developed during law school may no longer be viable. On the other hand, you have a law degree, and you have great training. So you can pursue any number of other endeavors. And so I want to give you my 6 tips for how you can guide your response. Number 1, don't get stuck. Don't put your head in the sand. Don't get stuck in analysis paralysis. Life as we knew it has changed forever, and we're in the process of redefining our future and how we're going to live. So if this makes you angry or fearful or anxious, that's okay. It's normal. You are, after all, human. So what do? Well, you need to process those feelings and move on. Or in the words of my favorite poet, Rainer Maria Rilke, let everything happen to you. Beauty and terror, just keep going. No feeling is final. Number 2, have a good attitude. And how do you practice this? Well, you express gratitude every day for the things that are going well and that you do have in your life. I think this pandemic makes it easier to see what's important, like your health and your relationships. And here's another list of other things you might be grateful for that I took from a Nextdoor app. And there are no school shootings. There's no traffic. Gas is affordable. Bills have been extended. Children are at home with their families. Parents are at home taking care of their children. Fast food has been replaced by home-cooked meals. Hectic schedules have been replaced by naps, rest, and relaxation. The air is cleaner. The world is quieter. People are aware of hygiene and health. Doctors and nurses are being praised and recognized instead of athletes and celebrities. And we now have the time, finally, to stop and smell the roses. I wonder how many of these things will actually carry forward once society reengages and reopens. Number 3, be flexible and develop options. So if being a corporate lawyer was your option A, maybe being a bankruptcy lawyer is option B. Or still, option C might be any number of new areas that are going to crop up because of this pandemic, like perhaps advising businesses regarding COVID compliance. And now you might say to me, well, yes, but practicing lawyers have the advantage. And I say to you, yes, but you have the advantage of thinking outside of the box and of being innovative because you haven't been working in that box long enough to be confined by it. And then we still have, option D, which might be pursuing something completely outside of the law. So keep your eyes, keep your options open to the possibilities both in and outside of the law. Again, life is being rewritten and redefined as we speak. And so are you going to be the author of your own life, or are you going to let others write it for you? Keep your eyes, ears, and mind open to the possibilities and opportunities. Know what's going on around you and in your world. And ask yourself this question: what essential service can I provide going forward? Number 4, follow your interests, passions, and dreams, and set goals to accomplish them, not just on a yearly, monthly, or weekly basis, but every day. Number 5, work hard, or like my son would say, be a beast, because there's just no substitute for this. But I know you got this because you're here, you've graduated from law school, and that's no easy feat. You've had to work hard and be dedicated. Number 6, make a difference. You are the pandemic class of 2020. You are catalysts of change just by being here in this moment. You have an opportunity to change and improve our society. So ride the inevitable wave and make our world a more kind, connected, peaceful, and just world. So thank you, gracias. I wish you all the best. Know that my door is always open, and may God bless you.
Thank you, Judge Garcia.
Welcome.
So now it is my pleasure to introduce our second speaker, Judge Olga Alvarez. She was appointed to serve as a judge on the Superior Court of the County of San Diego in 2019. Prior to her appointment, Judge Alvarez was an attorney at Heisner Alvarez since 2013. She previously worked as a certified specialist in estate planning, trust, and probate law, and previously worked as an adjunct professor at the University of San Diego School of Law from 2016 to 2018. Before her appointment, Judge Alvarez was named a 2019 Super Lawyer, her third consecutive year receiving the honor. In 2017, she was named a top 50 lawyer in the San Diego Super Lawyer list. She has previously received awards from the San Diego County Bar Association and the San Diego Business Journal. Judge Alvarez was president of the Lawyers Club of San Diego from 2017 to 2018. She has been active in a number of organizations, including the San Diego La Raza Lawyers Association Scholarship Fund, Latinas in the Law, and chair of the Diverse Women's Committee of Lawyers Club, San Diego School of Law, and a Master's of Public Affairs degree from the University of Texas at Austin. Thank you for joining us today.
Ben. Felicidades. Congratulations, class of 2020. I'm honored to be here on this special day. I want you to take this moment to pat yourselves on the back, blow kisses to one another, to congratulate each other, because graduating from law school is no small feat. This celebration may be a bit different than you imagined given the COVID-19 pandemic. This virus is hitting our nation hard, and it is especially affecting the Latino community. In many ways, the virus highlights the disparities related to economics, healthcare, incarceration, and education, a few issues that I know many of you here hope to address as lawyers. Now, Judge Garcia and I spoke about our remarks today. I chose to take a very practical route to my remarks because I've spoken to many young lawyers over the years. I've watched countless succeed, as well as witnessed a few leave the profession. So I would like to offer a few words of wisdom I wish I had known before I started out. I know many of you have high aspirations that likely include Supreme Court Justice, District Attorney, founder of a civil rights think tank, or President of the United States. I applaud all these goals. But a few of you might be thinking, wait, hold on, what about that bar exam? And if those are your thoughts, good for you. You know that an attorney is 100 times more likely to get elected to Congress than any other profession. So first things first, you have to become a lawyer. It opens up lots of doors. And becoming an attorney begins with passing the bar. So my first piece of advice is study for the bar like you've never studied for anything before. But what does that mean? Pick a course that complements your learning style. Attend the classes. Do all the homework that is required. Turn in all the assignments. Get them graded, which may be painful sometimes. And then go back and ask for feedback as to how you could make it better. Create study sheets and commit them to memory. Don't be afraid to ask for help from your teachers or other students. For many people of color, the bar has been the gatekeeper to becoming a lawyer. If you forget anything else I've said, remember the 10 for 10 rule. 10 hours a day of studying for 10 weeks, including weekends, equals passing the bar. Now, the bar exam has been extended to September, so that gives you some time. And it is quite unlikely that you will be distracted by wedding or quinceañera celebrations this summer. Take this time for yourself. Following the 10 for 10 rule will help make passing the bar a reality for you. Second piece of advice. Your first goal should be to be a good lawyer, no matter what your aspirations are. Being a good lawyer is going to provide opportunities for you. But what do I mean by being a good lawyer? What are those qualities? I've narrowed them down to 3. Quality number 1, perfecting your craft. A good lawyer knows the law. Learn the job that you are doing. You may have wanted to be an appellate attorney, but your first job may be in bankruptcy. Learn bankruptcy. Study the cases before you, but also take home any study guides and study on your own time. Look for webinars to help you. Attend conferences over the weekend. This is your vocation, and mastering the law will be a lifetime commitment. Knowledge is power. Quality number 2 of being a good lawyer, a good reputation. Guard your reputation with your life. My grandfather lived by the motto, all you have is your word. It remains one of the tenets of my family and likely your family. And it still rings true for being a good lawyer. Your reputation is based on whether people find you trustworthy and credible. Don't put it at risk. Does this mean you won't make mistakes? Of course not. You will be learning the law. You will make mistakes. What is important is how you respond. Take responsibility for the error and then correct it. Talk to your supervisors and the lawyers around you on how to make it right. It will likely include not charging the client and other efforts. Providing a remedy is critical to establish trust in you. What also impacts your reputation is not only how your clients and fellow colleagues regard you, but also on your treatment of opposing counsel. Now, there are going to be times when you receive a phone call or an email from your opposing counsel that may make your head spin. But when this happens, take advice from our former First Lady, Michelle Obama. When they go low, we go high. I recommend a 24-hour breather. Give yourself 24 hours to think about your response and to calm down before you answer. Your response should reflect the professional and excellent attorney that you are. Quality number 3 of being a good lawyer, build bridges because relationships matter. Whether that person is your boss or opposing counsel, you treat them like you would like to be treated. It's no different than going to a large family reunion where you show deference to your elders and to those with more experience. Among your peers, you may argue thoughtfully and maybe even energetically, and likely agree to disagree respectfully. That's how you build bridges and relationships within the legal profession, because you don't know when you're going to need that person to help you get a job, write a letter of recommendation, or refer a client. Cesar Chavez said, "You are never strong enough that you don't need help." You will need the support of your family and friends throughout your career. Do not be afraid to reach out to fellow lawyers and to the attorneys in the La Raza Lawyers Association for help. If you need a sample for a certain type of motion, if you are curious as to why a certain case is rarely cited, ask. We have all been there. We are here to help you. As an advocate, you will win some and you will lose some. And it is these relationships that will celebrate your victory and comfort your loss. Today is the beginning of a new chapter in your life. And although I've offered a few tips on studying for the bar and being a good lawyer, I recognize that each of you are individuals. I want you to know that your story has value. Your experiences will empower your success. because your hard work, the obstacles you have overcome, the disappointment and the joy, all of it will help you relate to others. Only you know that unique story, and everyone's story here today is different. But I wager that each of your stories share one common theme. That is, it took a fighting spirit to get here. Don't ever forget you have it. Know and remember your worth and the importance of your experiences. We, the world, all benefit when each of us is at our best. You are the best. Go out and change the world. Congratulations.
Thank you, Judge Alvarez. So now I'm going to turn it over to Nadia Bermudez. Nadia is a past president of the San Diego La Raza Lawyers Foundation, and she is in charge of recognizing the graduating students that are joining us today.
Thank you, Ben. First, I want to say congratulations to the class of 2020. I look forward to welcoming you as a colleague in our profession. You'll see the names in front of you on the screen. Thank you, Rafa, for sharing the screen. And now I would like all of the graduates to please stand up and rise to be honored by our organization as well as our legal community. You have made us so extraordinarily proud. Many of us that are on this phone call today don't know any of you personally, but we are proud of you. We are proud of what you've accomplished, and we look forward to embracing you in person and virtually to welcome you to this profession. So without further ado, please give us a wave if you are on video. Cassandra Alfaro, Victoria Angulo, Jonathan Aragon, David Araguin, Regina Calvario, Jacqueline Carbajal, Octavia Carson, Leticia Chavez, Nicole Cohen, Sonia Concepcion, Leonel Fletes Jr., Olga Brianna Gonzalez, Belen Granados, Noel Mesa, Carola Murguia, Annie Nalbandian, Irving Partida, Zaira Pasco, Hugo Polanco, Natasha Marie Pulido, Erica Rivas, Cynthia Rivera, Fatima Rodriguez, Diana Sanchez, Cindy Segovia Leyva, Jessica Taylor, Alfredo Villegas, and finally, Devaney Wells Gibson. Congratulations. And before I end, I just wanted to say that I know many of you might feel worried right now about the future and about taking the bar exam. And I wanted to share with you that worrying is part of being a lawyer. We worry about our cases, we worry about our clients, and we worry about our practice. And you worry because you care and because you have integrity in what you do. So don't ever stop caring about yourself, your community, and your profession. Congratulations to the class of 2020.
Thank you, Nadia. And last but not least, I am honored to introduce Renee Galente. She is the president-elect of the San Diego County Bar Association, and she's also a past president of San Diego La Raza Lawyers Association. She is going to be given some closing remarks, and then after Renee will be done. Thank you, Renee.
Thank you, Ben. My cheeks hurt. I've been smiling so big watching everyone's faces on this. It's so exciting, and I'm so glad we're all together. I'm going to start my remarks directed towards the friends and the family who are watching today, because everything else will be directed to the grads, and I don't want you to feel left out. But you should know that you helped the grads get here today. They did the work, and they worked hard. but you loved them and you motivated them and you supported them in ways that only you could. And that is priceless. So thank you for that. To the 3 L's, to the 4 L's, to the day students and the night students, to those on their second career, to those who are the first in their families to graduate from law school, to those who are the first in their families to graduate, period. To those who struggled to not just learn the essence of law, but to understand the language in which you studied it. To the dreamers, you did it. Not even a global pandemic could stop you. Nothing, and nobody can ever take it away from you. You did it. The class of 2020 will always be bound together in the shared experience that is and will be known as the coronavirus pandemic. You'll have stories to tell people whom you have yet to meet about how it impacted you, how you worked through it to achieve your goals. In the future, when you meet someone and you find out that they too graduated in 2020, you're going to know something about that person. There's going to be a connection. And people hearing you graduated in 2020 will assume things about you as well. For me, that assumption is that you have grit and you have desire and that you are a force to be reckoned with. Build on that by also bringing to the table that which is uniquely you. The legal profession doesn't need cookie cutters of people. We don't need a type or a kind. We need kindness. We need drive. We need culture and history. We need individuality. We need you. So keep pushing and keep fighting and keep working and keep reaching for your goals. You have so many people who are behind you and next to you and in front of you reaching back. Just look at what the scholarship fund has done with $40,000 in stipends and this beautiful ceremony. Look at the San Diego La Raza Lawyers Association and get or stay involved with them. They offer a community, family, and family that defies any categories. We're here to help you succeed. Join the SDCBA, 10,000 members strong, and here to make sure you don't have to do it on your own. You have access to learn about technology to help you run your practice or lawyer better. You have access to these amazing judges and senior partners who can help you succeed along the way. You have an energetic and amazing new lawyer division that can help you start and grow. So even though the words being used right now are things like social distancing and shelter in place and isolation and quarantine, I hope what shines through all of that is that you are not alone. You have family, you have community, and we are here for you always, starting right now. And to those who aren't in San Diego or who are leaving San Diego, you are going to find your tribe too. And if you need help, you can still reach out to us because odds are we know someone where you are and we will connect you. So again, you are not alone. And though today may not have been what you envisioned when you graduated from law school, that's life. It's never what we expect, and that's okay. It's not what happens to us that defines us. What matters is how we react to it and how we overcome it, and that is just what you are doing. So keep it up, class of 2020. You are unstoppable. And if you're wearing a cap right now, I invite you to throw that bad boy up in the air as high as you can and celebrate. You deserve it. Congratulations. I love it. Yay. That's so great. I love seeing everyone throwing their cap. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'll appreciate you so much for being here.
Thank you, Renee. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for joining us. This was beyond what we expected. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you again to Judge Garcia and Judge Alvarez. Thank you to Nadia, thank you to Renee, thank you to Rafael for everything that you do on behalf of the association and of the foundation. Keep in touch. We're here. We're not going anywhere. You know where to find us if you need anything during the next few months as you prepare for the bar exam. Thank you.